there's also, with that tale of Lemuria being within, Madagascar and Australia region, when it sank, they went into what we know as Agartha now, this inner Earth, this inner place where they still are today. And there's remnants of this civilization also in Mount Shasta. If you go about 3 miles deep into Mount Shasta, you find the right cave or entrance. Supposedly, there's like this abandoned village, and it has, I guess I should say, skeletons of giants, like a good 7 to 9 foot tall. Definitely a very ancient civilization, it looked like, and I would assume during the Ice Age or the Flood, they would be living there because it's in a mountain and, get away from floods and an Ice Age. Going inner Earth would probably be best. So I think that's just interesting that Mount Shasta contains some evidence of a possible pre-flood civilization as well. So I think it's connected to Agartha for sure, Mount Shasta. There's supposedly a city within called Telos. I've talked about it a lot on our podcast, so I'm sure you can find other information on that. So let's go on to the Anunnaki. I think there is a possibility the Anunnaki, there's a few theories I've thought of just to put out there, for fun. One, the Anunnaki are human-ish, and they're from a totally different planet, Nibiru. They came here a long, long time ago when dinosaurs were still around. They wiped out the dinosaurs because they wanted to start fresh with their own shit. They wanted to mine our planet for our gold and shit, and they can't have these huge reptilian things around while they're trying to do that. And then over time, maybe after wiping out the dinosaurs, some lizards or some of these reptiles lived. They went into inner Earth, evolved, became the reptilians, and they were, still this original species from Earth. So when the Anunnaki came back again, let's say 200,000 years ago, and made some of the first humans that you see in South Africa, or maybe it was even a little bit later, maybe, it was 15,000 years ago or so when you see them in these Babylonian and Sumerian texts coming back and shit the Earth, that they made a deal with these reptilians. And that's why we see the reptilians amongst the Anunnaki in these depictions and shit. Maybe they were just behind the scenes. They're the controllers of human, but Anunnaki are the ones who made them, or made us, and again, to mine gold and shit. But then reptilians got something out of it because on their fourth dimension level of thinking and shit, and how they work, they feed off of our emotions, especially negative emotions. So, oh my God, that would kind of put the whole God and Jesus and all that shit thing together, that God is maybe a human-looking thing like an Anunnaki, and they do live above, Nibiru. But then you have these reptilians, Satan or whatever, that live below the surface and feed off of our souls and shit. And so they're the evil entity that we need to avoid. So there's that theory. And then, just random theories. If they are reptilian themselves, maybe they, again went underground or something and evolved. And they were the Anunnaki, like these evolved reptilians. They left Earth, came back, or just made us and told us they're from a different planet or something. I don't know. Anyways, I like that.